How you doing, guys? Another week of Dine at Home. I got it right this time. Thank you very much to absolutely every one of you who has ordered a box this weekend. Thank you to all the returning customers. There's an awful lot of you, so again, massive thank you to your support and welcome to all the newbies. It's their first week this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. A little bit more cooking than normal again, so hope you haven't got yourself into the deep end. But no, guys, thank you so much. Keep supporting, keep pushing, and I'll keep doing the same with the food. So that's all that matters. So on to tonight, we have, as always, the milk bread. So again, your oven should be at 180 degrees. So pop that in for 5, 6, 7 minutes, depending on how sort of crispy you want the outside, and ensure that your Marmite butter is always out as well, nice and soft, so you can obviously share that. Don't eat that before the first course. So the first course is a soup. So you will get 2 pots. If it's obviously a box for 2 people, you'll get a pot of soup for 2, and you'll also get the soup's garnish, which is some lovely ham hock, English peas, some chive, and then some Jersey raw potatoes in the bottom. So what I'll do with that is I'm actually going to tip that out into a little mixing bowl, and you get quite a lot of the garnish. It's quite a chunky sort of soup garnish. So I'll tip that out, get straight into it straight away, and the soup, you'll have this completely full, quite a tight lid. You'll have this completely full, this is 2 people, so I've put half of it already into a pan and got it heating up, so we don't need to skip this bit. It's green, beautiful vibrant green colour. So this is made from Mikey as well, so thank you, Mike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just sort of mix that around, and basically just adds a beautiful texture and a beautiful flavour to your pea soup. You can add a little bit of seasoning. The ham hock is obviously slightly seasoned already. It's quite a salty product, a bit like bacon. I'm going to add a little bit of salt in there. With this dish you also have, well, it should be a lovage oil, but lovage was unavailable this week. It's actually coming in next week. So I've actually used chive, which goes really, really well. Hence, that's why I put some chopped chives actually into the mix as well. They work really well. So just a little bit of that in there, just to loosen it up. You can use extra virgin olive oil if you want to keep that for the actual garnish of the soup itself. So obviously this is for 2 people. So this is how I would plate it. I plate it just right in the middle. Super clean, super fresh. As I said, this is for 2, so this is just half the garnish. Nice piece of ham there. Now I've probably had that container out of the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes. It comes to room temperature, which is really, really important. You allow it to do that because the ham hock, it's the same as a terrine. You know, you don't want to sort of allow it to be completely fridge cold. And then with your soup, this is the half. I would literally just pour it all around the outside, sort of displaying that garnish in the centre. Beautiful. And then again, just finish it off with a bit of that chive oil, just sort of sprying it up a little bit. It's quite a lot of chive oil actually, which is really nice. And there we are. You have a lovely pea and mint velouté with your Jersey raw pea, chive and ham hock garnish. Finish with a lovely chive oil. Okay guys, so hopefully you enjoyed your starter. On for your main course, quick cookery demonstration. So here you have all your main course elements. So I've obviously going to portion this for 1 person. So you're actually going to get an 8-ounce piece of lamb rump. So it's going to be obviously double the size of this. You'll cook whole, that's for 2 people. So this is obviously for 1 person, this piece is here. You have a tub of feta cheese, some lamb sauce, some mint ketchup, some caramelised onion puree, a barbecue gem lettuce, which has been done on the barbecue, basically on the big green egg from raw, so that will actually need cooking, which obviously I'm going to show you in a second. And then a lamb fat, sort of almost like a confit onion, white skinned onion. And for the vegetarians, we also have a olive oil, confit olive oil skinned onion as well, white skinned onion. So onto your lamb then, guys. You'll notice that inside is a little bit of sort of set fat and butter. So again, like we always do, just like the chicken last week, make sure you keep hold of that. It is seasoned. All your aromats are inside, so your garlic and your rosemary are inside. And we have lightly seasoned the fat side with a little bit of salt and pepper. So again, you can add a little bit more. I will be adding a little bit more salt to it because I feel that it needs that one. As for your puree, just very simply heat it up in the microwave. And your gel, your sort of mint ketchup, just keep that out, sort of room temperature. You don't want that hot at all. Lamb sauce, obviously heat the normal way. Because they're meat sauces, make sure they do boil, like I tell you, every single week. And feta, again, just keep that at room temperature. You just want that to sort of, not be fridge cold, but room temperature. So we're going to take this tray over to the stove. I've had my pan on for a couple of minutes now, so come on over. So I'm just going to turn the pan up. Obviously the natural heat will be in there already. What I'll do is, because of the fat, as you can see, there's not a massive amount of fat. Obviously it's been cooked, it's been poached before. So we've cooked this for about an hour actually in the water bath. So again, it's completely cooked. We're just heating this through again. We don't want to heat it too much, but I have sort of cooked it, I'll probably say medium in the water bath. So again, if you don't like your lamb sort of pink, then just cook it for a little bit longer in the oven. There's no harm in that. But again, it is fully cooked, so don't be too scared of having it that lovely little pink colour. It's absolutely fine. So we're just going to start roasting that fat side up there. Push down it, just like the chicken last week. Just going to get some beautiful colour in there as quickly as possible. Keeping those aromats back, because we'll add that into the pan later, or in the next couple of minutes. Same with your gem lettuce. Keep that back as well, with your onion as well. And what we'll do is, just like last week, we'll cook it all in one pan, so it keeps all that beautiful flavour in. Again, your piece at home, guys, will be double the size of this, and obviously you'll have double the garnish, but just cook it the exact same way. While it is heating up, I'll actually add the sauce. Excuse fingers. Add the sauce to the pan there. Pan's getting quite warm now. And you can see, so we didn't put any oil in the pan at all, and you can start to see all that sort of residue oil. And that's basically just the fat of the rump all starting to sort of render down there in there. So I'm just going to knock that down slightly. So that's enough fat coming off there now. So I'm just going to pop my lamb fat onion in there. And again, the fat from there will start to come off. And equally, I'm just going to put my gem lettuce, all skin side down, or shall I say presentation side down. Add a little knob of butter, or two, and then in for your aromats. So that's a bit of lamb fat in there as well, just to intensify that flavour. They're all smoky, beautiful. Okay, like last week, I'm going to turn the stove off, on the heat down, because we don't need that on anymore at all. I'm going to flip my lamb over. The smells on this is absolutely gorgeous. Just going to colour that up slightly, just like your onion as well, and then your gem lettuce, just to get that sort of used to the heat. And I'm going to flip the onion over, same with the gem lettuce, and then put the lamb back on the fat side. And we're just warming this through, so I'm going to actually cook it at 180 to between 4 and 6 minutes. As I said, I just want to heat it through, that's all I want to do. And as soon as it's heated, we'll pull it out, we'll rest it, and then I'll show you the plating. Okay guys, so it's literally been, I've put it for 5 minutes. So the lamb's been there for 5 minutes now at 180. You can hear it sort of sitting away. All the fat, be very careful and obviously get it out. Obviously make sure you put it onto a heat-proof bench. There we are, beautiful. So as you can see, the lamb, yeah, beautiful and tender. Beautifully roasted, put it onto a little serving tray. Same with the onion. And I usually just get a little bit of that sort of fat and butter and just sort of glaze it all up. So it looks beautiful and shiny, gives it a lovely colour. Same with the gem lettuce. Like I said, this is again for one person, guys. This is everything you'll get for one. I'll just discard that now. It's very hot. Okay, for plating, so I literally just microwave the onion puree for literally 20 seconds. Just put a nice bit of heat through it. Obviously I said to you the ketchup to be kept room temp, same with the feta. The sauce is just on, I'll bring that up to the boil in a second while I explain to you. But firstly, I'd just like to say that this week, actually on Tuesday, I went down to Heritage Birmingham, where we met the guys there. Obviously they're all following all the coronavirus restrictions, so there's only 5 of them working in a massive warehouse. But they supplied us with about probably 20 plates and bowls, which I'm absolutely just blown away by. So massive thank you to Heritage in Birmingham. I had to drive past the Blues ground, which is the only down point of the whole experience. I'm only joking, he's a blue nose and a really nice one. But no, their plates, obviously you probably noticed the plates are absolutely steamed. So this is the main course plate, which I'm going to be plating the lamb on. And obviously the pear, and you saw the pea earlier. Every week we're going to sort of swap and change in different plates, you'll see them. But check them out, Heritage in Birmingham. Check them out for all the plates and the steel and the stainless steelware and the cutlery, the glassware. It's absolutely fantastic. So thank you guys for supporting us. It means the absolute world. So on to your plating. So what we'll do is we'll just put the lamb to rest. And it's saying in the instructions, make sure you do just rest that lamb because it will need a little bit of resting as it comes out. It is already cooked, as I already told you. But it does still need a little bit of resting just to allow all that juices to set up. So on my plate, let's put a little bit of that caramelised onion puree. It's quite strong, so you don't need to go OTT. Just do a little swipe. To the left, a little chefy. Excuse me, so good. Gem lettuce, barbecued, beautiful caramelised onion. The gel, the ketchup, it's I keep calling it gel. The ketchup is quite, it's pretty. It's almost like, imagine it's mint sauce. So be really careful with how much you put on. It is strong. Give it a little taste before you try it. By all means, put it into a bottle as well if you want the dots. You know, get all chefy on me. But yeah, obviously, yeah, just be careful with that because it is quite strong. So I'm just going to plate the, carve the lamb now. You sort of notice that all that heat sort of penetrated through, so it's beautiful and juicy inside, lovely and pink, but not too pink, just sort of a medium. Okay, beautiful. And then I'll season that up on top, just to give that nice bit of seasoning in the centre. And then we're just going to very carefully pop that over the top. And then the feta is just sprinkled on top. And what you'll notice, many of you probably haven't even had lamb and feta before, but what you'll notice is the creamy and fattiness of it really, really complements the whole entire garnish, actually, not just the lamb itself, but it really, really works well with the lamb. Now I'm just going to grab my sauce now in a second and finish it off with the sauce. Beautiful. I'm just going to sauce that lamb all over the meat, as you always say. Always sauce the meat. There we are. So there you have it then, guys. So beautiful lamb rump with lamb fat, onion, barbecued gem, mint ketchup, caramelised onion puree, finish off some feta and lamb sauce. Okay guys, so hopefully you enjoyed the lamb course. We just tried it, it was absolutely delicious. The sort of difference, it's really quite a restaurant dish that is actually, so real difference between the sort of feta, the mint ketchup, the onion, it sort of all brings something different to the plate. So on to your dessert, a real classic poached pear. So beautiful poached pear in basically like a little pear syrup. We've done with vanilla, star anise, and a little bit of cinnamon. And then we have some caramelised puff pastry shards that are in there, which are literally just sort of crumbled up. Then we have a lovely whipped creme chantilly. And then, I always forgot my words there. And I've just heated that up a little bit, that's the caramel sauce as well. So what I'll do is just very, very carefully open the bag. Obviously again guys, you'll have two, and they're specified. If you did want the pear warm, you can more than welcome to warm that up in the microwave as well. So I'm just going to cut the bottom off because I just want it as a presentation piece. We've sort of cooked them so it isn't completely soft. The pears have a little bit of I wouldn't say a bite to them, but have a little bit of a texture to them. If you do prefer pears to be super soft, by all means you can put them into a pan of boiling water, refrigerate them before, or put them into the microwave, but by all means it's not hard, it's just a beautiful texture. So how I will plate them then guys. So again, lovely bowl from the guys at Heritage Plates. You get quite a lot of this syrup, so I don't throw it away. It's got really beautiful pear juice into it. I'd actually sort of do a good 2 or 3 spoonfuls in the bottom. It's that, I mean, you can keep the syrup as well. You can put a bit of fruit in there if you want to put some. If you've got some berries at home, mix that with the syrup, and you can use that as a compote for the following morning. It'll be delicious. So a little bit of the cream in there, and then a couple of the shards. Obviously it's caramelised puff pastry, so some of it's caramelised and some of it isn't. So work that all on one side, and this is the fun bit. So beautiful caramel sauce, and then just pour that sort of over your pear. That was split with the consomme in the bottom, and some real indulgence. So there we are, you've got pear, creme chantilly with caramelised puff pastry and caramel sauce, guys. Okay guys, so that's all. That's the last of your lots of your courses with the Dine at Home series. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and thank you very much for the guys obviously who bought all the boxes. I really appreciate the support, as I always say. Thank you so much, guys. The menu for next week is on sale tomorrow, so Saturday, and Father's Day is the week after, and that's already on sale now, guys. I think Saturday is nearly sold out, so yeah, if you're doing Saturday and Sunday for that week. So again, guys, if you do want the Father's Day promotion and the Father's Day package, please get onto the website and book now. As I said, Saturday I think it's almost sold out. So guys, nothing more to say than listen, have a great weekend, look after yourselves, stay safe and enjoy the cooking, and we'll see you same time next week. Thank you very much.